This episode of Tell 'em Steve Dave was brought to you by the good people at Audible. Hey, it's your old buddy Bry here to tell you about audiblepodcast.com/TESD, where you're going to get a free audiobook and a 30-day trial by signing up. And they have all kinds of stuff. 150,000 titles, every genre, pretty much anything you're looking for. Because really, this is what I do. I put on, big Bose noise-canceling headphones, put on my audiobook, and it tells the world, fuck off. You're less interesting than what I'm listening to. Step off, as the kids say. Kids still saying that? Step off? Go check it out. audiblepodcast.com/TESD. Getting something kind of cool that if you don't like it, you can cancel. Trust me. I listen to all kinds of stuff. I got coal from there. We can remember it for you wholesale. Hughes, about Howard Hughes, the private memos and letters, Roughing It, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Island at the Center of the World, Shark Trouble, Devil's Teeth, The Sociopath Next Door. I'm telling you, the titles are endless. I got tons. There's more books than you would ever need to ignore people for the rest of your life. audiblepodcast.com/TESD. All right, hello?
Hi.
Hi, what are you doing?
I'm Dolphin. How are you doing?
I'm thinking about HuluPlus.com.
Yeah, but I don't think you to. Yes.
Is that what you're thinking about?
Yeah.
You're thinking about giving it a big fat kiss? Let's give it kisses. Come on. Oh, we love you, HuluPlus.com. You know what's better than giving HuluPlus.com kisses? Watching TV shows on it. You can watch all your shows. Go to HuluPlus.com/TESD. And you can watch all your shows for $7.99 a month.
Yep.
You're going to get 2 weeks free?
Yes.
Just by using that code?
Yep.
It's awesome?
Yep.
Everybody loves it?
Yes.
Kids love it?
Yep.
Old people love it?
Yes.
Doggies love it?
Yep.
Kitties love it?
Yes.
Aliens love it?
Nope.
Zombies love it?
Yes.
Is there anybody who doesn't love it?
Yeah.
Who doesn't love it? Tell me. Tell me their name now.
I would know. Yeah.
You don't love it?
I don't.
You don't? You don't love it?
I did.
Oh, you only love me?
Yes.
Oh, I love you too. You're my best friend. Next to HuluPlus.com/TESD. You're saying she dressed up cute like a little girl? We also have to
Roger on Union 121.
Give a shout out. And this dude in his spare time, he's I guess he's a sound engineer. And in his spare time, he went back and remastered everything. It's like the Master's Collection.
So does it sound good? His first name is Declan?
Declan.
Declan Quinn.
Declan?
DECLAN.
Declan.
So Declan Quinn. Declan's we are crippled sound man. Declan. It's me, Declan.
Declan.
I'm freaky, you sons of bitches.
What the fuck was that?
Oh, what's weird about me?
Some may say, Bry, you're a puss.
Tell him, Steve Dave.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Tell 'em Steve Dave. Live recorded from the Secret Stash. I haven't done this in a while.
Rare business hours recording.
Right, which usually means curse-free.
Curse-free, right.
None of your blue language, Q.
No, it's okay.
No.
I've given up cursing anyway.
Have you?
No.
I say earlier today.
They say studies show that people who curse more are more trustworthy.
Really?
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I must be the most trustworthy person on earth.
Yeah, I think that people who curse are unguarded. They don't watch themselves. They're a little more honest in who they are. They're not worried about how they're being perceived with the occasional F-bomb. Mm-hmm. So I buy it. What's going on? Okay. Well, you might want to get your phone off the table, man. I don't know what you heard last week, but I got scapegoated.
It wasn't your fault?
I don't see how it was. My phone was nowhere near.
Yeah, I'm back to, I was using the head thing like Walt, but now I'm back to regular mic and headphones so I can monitor the sound for your listening pleasure.
There you go.
Right.
Nice.
So
we'll never, ever have another sound issue ever again.
No, of course not. I mean, up to and including this week.
Isn't it fucked up that, like, every billion podcast that Ming does, he's never had a sound quality issue?
Well, he cares about his podcast.
I mean, I don't think it's not that, like, we don't care. It's just, like, it's just crazy, though. Like,
it's pretty weird.
It's never had an issue with sound.
Yeah, I wasn't saying we don't care. I meant he wants to make sure that every precious word that drops from his mouth is heard. And
it has to be captured,
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm here today shooting some Comic Book Men stuff. And for the episode that I'm doing yet again, and he really is, I've noticed something about him that you guys, I guess, saw and understood already, having worked with him and done a TV show with him. But man, oh man, is he an aggressive... It's beyond Ming's just like a whipping boy and he just takes it. It seems like he actively starts all sorts of battles and fights.
Well, I said it in scene. I was like, he is the personification of the internet troll.
Yeah.
But in real life.
Yeah, you're right.
He wants to troll you. He wants to get you going, and he says things purposely to lead you in that direction.
Yeah, because even what we were talking about and what the storyline has turned out to be has become almost confrontational, it
always was. In
it's
my
so
mind.
Baffling to me. Why did he set it up that way? There was no reason for him to set it up that way.
Well, it works.
It does work, but I mean, anybody that feels bad for him should not be feeling bad for him.
That's what I tell people constantly, like when we're at cons and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, why are you always picking on him? You got to stop picking on him." I'm like, one, me and Walt stop picking on him, there's no show.
Right.
Two, if we stop picking on him, there's no use for him.
Right.
Three, he fucking deserves it.
He just makes it happen.
Yeah, he brings it on himself.
But you're also you're telling nobody who doesn't agree with us who's listening to this.
Right. Yeah, but
nobody listening to this. I see some heinous shit written about him on the internet by the ants, and it's absolutely like it's like where I'm like aghast. I'm like, oh my god, aghast, but they quickly have a big smile across my face after I read it. I'm like, I can't believe they wrote that about him or to him. To him.
He said today that there was an eBay auction where someone was auctioning off a vinyl, and in big bold print they said, if you are a fan of Ming Chen in any capacity, and I find out, I will cancel this auction. And it's not like they tweeted it to him or it was a wall-breaking move.
It's just there.
It was just there, and somehow like he found it or it stumbled across it.
Oh, it's so funny.
But he said, he goes, I love it.
Yeah, he loves it. I mean, here we are talking about him yet again. Like anybody who tunes into this show for the first time is just going to think it's a Ming Chen recap show because we talk about him so much and the stupid shit he pulls.
Kevin tweeted or texted him yesterday, I guess, and was like, 1, what is Yo-Ho? 2, are you kidding me? There's going to be a Vulgar 2, which then prompted Kevin to text me and talk about Vulgar 2.
Yeah. Is he excited? He likes the idea?
He was very excited.
Really?
Extremely excited, yeah.
Oh,
loves the prospect of it.
Why don't you do it?
I don't see why not now.
I mean,
the OG exec producer on board. I'm pretty sure, I told him, I said, I'm pretty sure rights revert back to us from the original movie.
Yeah.
By now, they've reverted back.
I mean, it's been how many years?
90. Well, they didn't pick it up until like 2000, I think.
Okay.
So that would be 14. I think it's 15 years.
15 years.
Yeah.
Well, there's no reason you couldn't start writing a script and getting everything going.
Yeah, that's what he said. He's like, start writing immediately.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
What was I going to say? So I thought that was funny, though. Like, I mean, strangely enough, I said I was in CVS on Saturday, and there was a girl in front of me, and the guy says, like, okay, it was for a prescription or whatever, and she goes, Seton Tate. And I said, you're Seton Tate? And she turned at me and she goes, yeah. And like turned back like, yeah, fucking creepo. I'm Seton Tate.
Right.
I said, I made a movie with you once. And she didn't know who I was because, you know, I was 100 pounds lighter and not nearly as furry. But she was the little girl that Scott Schiaffo held captive.
Get out.
Yeah, like
In
the
Pam's
daughter
house?
Yep. It was that low. And she was probably 8 at the time.
Wow.
Yeah, and I hadn't seen her since that day. I hadn't seen her.
Wow, what a small world, huh?
Yeah. And I know she like went off to college and so she told me she went to the college for drama and all that stuff. So I was like, that'd be a character callback.
Yeah. Wow.
She's around, Walt's still caddying. Cops still directing traffic. So I wrote on Twitter the other day that I was looking for a security system or something like that, just cameras or something, and that I had a stalker of sorts, and I would explain it this week. And I explained the situation to Walt, and like as I'm telling him, I can see it in his face. And I had told Suzanne even before I told him, I was like, Walt's gonna say, only you. He's the only person this would fucking happen to that I know. And then he went a step further. Was like, you're the only person in this crew, in this building, around here that this would ever fucking happen to.
But, I mean, you did the right thing. That's why you're in this position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of had to. But it's very similar to a position I was in like a couple summers ago. Again, with a kid. What happened was Sage had this was going back 2 Sundays, Sage had a little tiny summer get-together party. Invited 3 people, 3 people RSVP. Nobody showed up. The one person I'm not surprised that the kid didn't show up. Because parents she has, you know, I'm not shocked. The other 2, I was kind of surprised that they.
Did you ever get an official explanation?
One lady called while we were doing the show the other night. I'm not going to say what for the sake of comic book men secrecy. But I didn't have time to talk to her, obviously, and I didn't call her back because I've been busy with other shit since then. But. So nobody shows up, and I bought food. They made decorations, a whole fucking thing. We bring it down to the beach, expecting people are going to show up. They don't, and there's a lady and 2 little girls, like 4 and 5, at the beach. And so Suzanne was like, "Well, I don't want to waste everything. I don't want Sage to feel bad that nobody showed up to this party." So she says, "Hey, if you want to hang out and play some games, have some food or whatever."
She's trying to.
It's fine.
Just pull something out of nothing.
Right.
Sure.
So
maybe make new friends.
Yes. Probably not, but maybe. So they do their thing. I stop down at one point. We're having a good time. I come home, and it's like the party was at 1, and it's like maybe 5:30, 6, somewhere around there. And Suzanne comes home. We drag all this shit back. She's like, "I got to tell you something." She then goes on to tell me that this lady at the beach left for a period of time where she's like, "I'll be back in 5-10 minutes." Left kids with Suzanne and didn't come back for over an hour. And when she came back, she was tanked. Not surprising for Highlands. Like there's a certain element that still exists, in town. And but it went beyond that. She said when this woman was gone, this girl told her things that were enough that Suzanne's like, "I gotta call child services."
Sure.
Molestation type shit. Yeah. So in retrospect, now I'm like, God damn, I wish we had like waited a week, maybe a little bit longer. Maybe this person wouldn't have like put 2 and 2 together, but like an hour later, Suzanne calls.
Right.
Says, and this lady was talking crazy shit. Like, the FBI has a file on me. I'm an unlicensed bail bondsman. Do you want to buy painkiller? Like all this stuff. So she calls up child services, and we don't hear anything again until Wednesday, which is the day we shot, right?
Yes, Wednesday.
Okay. So Wednesday, evidently, Suzanne, Sage, and I went to breakfast, and while we were out, this woman came down to the house, knocking on the door, banging on our door, yelling for someone to come out. And then like there's like this little wrought iron fence area that she climbed over and tried to like pull the sliding glass door open. This is according to our neighbor. She was like, I saw this person. Which to me was like really weird because it's like, well, what were you going to do once you got inside?
Right.
Then what's your move, you know?
Yeah.
Suzanne tells me that the neighbor calls her, tells her this, and I'm like, oh, fuck, all right. Well, I got shit to do. Like, it was a big day. It was a big day for us shooting-wise. I didn't get home until 11:30. See, just over at Pam and Edgar's, I stopped by, my parents, they stopped by to get her. We all go to the place down. I'll go home, and those two go inside, and I come back out to get a bag. Like the last bag out of the car, and I see somebody probably a good 100 yards away pop out from behind a dumpster in the parking lot, and it is like desolate otherwise, and it's not like poorly lit, but it's not like this, some sort of like Super Bowl either, where it's it's dusky. So I see her start to hustle towards me. And says something like, excuse me, or something like that. Now, Suzanne comes outside, and I know who it is. And I know why she's walking towards me at almost midnight. So I say to Suzanne, I go, get back in the house. And she scampered, like I'm talking scampers. I scampered back in. And she said later on, she was like, I just didn't get it. She was like, you're in such a good mood. And now, like, you're yelling. Or like you're, like I drink a dick. Right. And I close, like there's a vestibule door. So I close that behind me. And as I'm closing it, I hear her go, where are you running to? This person.
She's calling you out.
A little bit. So I close the vestibule door. I close our regular door and unlock it. And almost immediately you hear like the buzzer, like to be buzzed in. So I'm like, fuck this. I call the cops because I'm like, it's an older lady. And some may say, Bri, you're a puss. Why not confront this older lady?
Well, you don't know if she has a gun. You don't.
That was my thing, and that is like that's far-fetched. That's a scenario that is unlikely. However, what if she had a gun? Right. Like I can just imagine. Like I look out that peephole, and the next thing I'm falling backwards with like where an eye used to be. And
isn't it fair to say that your life has been a series of unlikely events strung together?
Mm-hmm. Like the fact that I'm not shot right now is an irregularity. It's an anomaly.
Yeah. I wrote the foreword to the Cryptozoic Man collected edition recently, and I wrote about you two guys, and really two things struck me was how much you guys mean to me, and how much affection I had while I was writing it. That wasn't a surprise. What was a surprise is I was trying to be funny and trying to describe you guys as being kind of weird, and I did not have to go that far.
What's weird about me?
Well,
what's weird, really? I mean, how on earth could you? What have I done that's other than maybe I don't eat certain things? But
I think the way you walk the line like nobody else. Yeah. Like you're pretty fucking like by the book. Like no one else I know. Like there's very little room for.
I think you just live the life you've led for so long now that you just can't see.
That going to a mall on vacation is normal.
No, you just can't see the
King of Prussia.
You can't see normal through the forest of bizarre. No, I mean, it's just to a point now where you can't even see normal when it's sitting right in front of you now. Yeah, both of you, I guess, at this point.
Yeah.
You're thinking the same way.
I think normality though is maybe like a mix of like one and the other, not like. Like what would it take to shock you? Like Walt comes home from, you see Walt, like next time Steve Dave, we meet up and Walt goes, hey, you want to know what I did? Boom. Like if you were like, I got wasted or I even had a drink, I would be fucking blown away.
Well, there's millions of people on the face of this earth who don't drink.
Sure.
Or do any kind of numbing.
But, yeah, I don't
Right?
get them.
And that's what I'm saying. There's that forest look again. There's you looking around. Oh, I can't see through the forest.
No numbing.
Right? I mean, I don't. Yeah, I don't.
So you read it? You disagreed with my what I had written in the.
Not that I disagreed with it, but I'm saying, but you're both. You're saying that you're both.
Well, unique is how I put it in the thing.
He didn't like weird.
No, I
Didn't like weird. All right. Well, I didn't say weird. I said unique.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of the, I told Q, Walt, I called him after I read the forward.
That's on the Stalker. That's it.
No. Just to finish up the forward thing real fast. And people are going to say, Bri, are you such a puss that you welled up?
You cried?
I didn't cry, no, but it did make me it made me emotional, yeah.
Really?
It made me feel very close to Q.
See?
Probably because you didn't call me weird.
Well, I was careful not to write anything about me in there after the fucking shellacking I took for Declan's fucking website testimonial.
And I did this. And I did that.
I don't think I mentioned myself at all. I was like, let me keep me out of this completely.
I loved Walt's testimonial better, where it's just like he was like, I gave him a choice of 5 things, and he just wrote them all.
But you welled up, huh?
So yeah, it made me feel good.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it made me feel good.
Good.
That you don't often get the chance to hear nice things about yourself at all. And when
so
somebody
sad.
writes it down, you know.
Maybe once a week I should write you like a paragraph.
Yeah, maybe probably once every 10 years or so.
Yeah? Wow, that long. Once a decade.
They recharge me.
Just, all right, you got it. So we're good now until 2024?
Yeah, 24.
Okay, when am I getting my trip to Vegas, by the way?
That's next year.
That's next year?
2015, yeah.
All right.
Assuming there's no comeback.
There's no resurgence of VHS. All right.
So back to the stalker.
Okay.
So I closed the door, and she's buzzing, and for some reason the person upstairs thinks it's a good idea to buzz her in. I'm on the phone with the police. The lady upstairs, the person upstairs buzzes her in. So now she's at the regular door, and she's banging, and she's shaking the doorknob. And I'm on the phone with the police, and I hear somebody say, "Don't we have a sheet on that lady down at Bayview?"
Oh, my God.
So
Who said that?
I'm thinking, I heard it in the background.
From who?
Probably one of the police guys, like one of the policemen.
She still didn't come out with the police radar. You still wouldn't come out?
Oh, no, the police weren't there yet.
How'd you hear that then?
I was on the phone because I called the police. Yeah, I waited on the phone until they got there. I was like, I'm scared.
Knees
Some people are going to say, "Bri, you're a puss." I finally hung up, so then they have, the typical 2 policemen show up. One stands outside with her, one comes inside and gets both sides of the story. And her side of the story was that when we pulled in, I guess Suzanne had just called her and told her to come over.
Right.
And then she changed it to she had texted her to come over. And then she changed it to she waved her over. Like She saw her. And the cop said to her, well, if she's asking you to come over, why is she are they on the phone with the police now saying, get her out of here? She had no answer for that. Plus, again, she was drunk. And so the police send her on her way. They say, you can't come around here anymore. You're going to be arrested. And these, Sage is wide awake. She's head shaking up. So I was like, all right, we'll go stay at a hotel for the night and don't have to worry about it, So we went, stayed somewhere. The next day, the neighbor said that the woman came back, was knocking on the door and shit. Now, this would have been Thursday, I guess. So stayed there Thursday night, stayed at the house, but I couldn't sleep. I just could not sleep. And it's like, because it's weird the way the apartments are set up is that you can literally walk up to my bedroom window from the parking lot. And like, if the glass wasn't there, I'm 3 feet away.
Right.
Past the glass. So somebody's like, I know what I'll do. I'll throw a brick through or a cinder block or fucking whatever. It's like Sage is in the room,
Sure.
I'm in the room. I've got this visage to maintain.
Sure. You're a TV personality.
Yeah. I can't come into work with a
That's
fucking brick half buried in my face. So, I stay up all night again.
Oh, she really got into you, this woman.
Yeah, she did. And then Friday, finally, I was like, well, we'll just go somewhere for the weekend. Sage can play in the pool or whatever. So went away Friday, Saturday, Sunday, came back today. And during the interim, though, someone, I don't know who it could possibly be, called child services on us.
A little he said, she said bullshit.
A little bit, yeah, saying that, this is Friday, they showed up and the charges none were against me, which I found interesting. It's obviously a real personal thing. Charges were about Suzanne. One, that she beat Sage down at the beach in public. Two, that she admitted to this person that she had a painkiller issue. And three, that she cut, like how people cut themselves, mostly girls, like that,
cutters. Sure.
That she was at the beach and she cut herself in front of this person and in front of Sage and in front of, I guess, other people.
Oh, okay.
Which, three charges at it's like, well, you're not going to be able to prove anything. Like, why don't you say something that at least, you couldn't immediately check?
Right.
So the entire weekend was fucking spent with, I got to tell you, Suzanne fucking thinking the kid's going to get taken away. And I was like, are you fucking crazy? I was like, it's not going to happen. I was like, we've known people who got their kids back, who kids weren't even taken away in the first place.
Right.
That you're like, you're kidding me.
Yeah.
Like, you're seriously, you're going to give these kids back, or you're not going to take these kids out. So it was never, not even a concern. It wasn't an insult. It was like, I told other people got mad. Like, tell them to come see me. Like people in the production crews. Like, there are some people who they find it insulting because we go out of our way to be so good to her, And I was just like, it's just one of those things, annoyances.
Yeah.
And the lady came today, the child services lady came today and talked to me.
Happened already?
Yeah, it happened. She came in. She said, these are the things that...
These are the charges.
These are the charges. Do you believe that any of these have any validity or are true or a problem? And I said, no. And she goes, okay, that's it.
But, why...
Here's an 8x10 of Comic Book Man.
Yeah, signed. Pre-signed. Yeah.
And a Cryptozoic Man Baltimore edition. Goes for triple figures, I heard.
Yeah, you might want to go on eBay and check that out.
You're not a fan of Ming, are you?
Yeah, I would have thrown her right out. Very young. I find that, the child service workers are always, very young women.
It probably doesn't pay that well.
Yeah, social workers too.
Yeah.
So but they're always very sweet, very...
Because they care at that age and they're willing to take the salary. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, because the state... And that's the thing about child services.
You won't make that fucking fat comic book man money. Mm-hmm. And these people are out doing the good and
right.
You're hogging all the money for yourself.
I am. I wish I made Impractical Jokers money. I wouldn't feel nearly as guilty.
I don't have kids. None of this affects me.
I hear some of the fucking prices that you command. I don't want to fucking hear a word about it.
So is it over?
It's over in as much as what the lady said. There's 30 days that they keep the case open unless they hear something or find a reason to investigate further or whatever, which I would sincerely doubt, unless the lady calls again and says something else stupid.
Right.
But those kids, incidentally, were taken out of the home.
They were.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, excellent.
So it's not. Yeah, that's what I mean. You have to. A little kid says that, something like that.
Sure,
you have to make that call, and you just got to fucking deal with whatever comes your way. And the fact that they were taken out, and the only reason given, and it wasn't from the child services lady, was living conditions. So I don't know exactly what that means.
Right.
Maybe the apartment was squalid.
Could be. Yeah, it could be. There's dog shit all over.
Well,
could be.
So good came out of it.
Sure.
Direct good.
Yeah.
Now, who gets the kids in that instance?
I don't know. I guess they had been taken from the mother because this person is the grandmother that I'm currently,
battling
having the issue with. So I would imagine either another relative or the state.
it's so sad, man. It's just heartbreaking.
Well, people that come down on DYFS, which is in our state anyways, Division of Youth and Family Services, I'm just like, do you fucking seriously think the state wants your kids? Do you fucking seriously think the state wants to have to deal with someone who had a kid and then is so fucking unfit and fucking bereft of skill that they need to intervene and keep an eye on you, you stupid fuck.
It's so, and it's just like, it's just looking at the wrong thing, because if you think about it, if you spend a second thinking about it, like, these kids are the definition of the word defenseless. They are completely at the mercy of the adults in their lives, and they're completely at the mercy of the state. There's, like, it's really terrifying. Like, if you take a second to put yourself in their shoes, there's nothing you can do. There's nowhere you can go. You can't, you know what I mean? There's no one you can talk to. It's just, and you don't even have the tools to deal with it, because you don't even have the tools to be like, well, I'm screwed. I'm a kid. You know what I mean? Like I'm just screwed. Like, I just got to get through this and become an adult. Mm-hmm. You don't have that. It's too much to even think about. So, I'm glad you guys, you might have taken a potential brick through the window, but you did the right thing, which is great.
Yeah, we still may.
Hey, still may.
Walt texted me and he said, well, I guess the only thing you can really do is move. And I was like, but it had occurred to me. I was like, what do I do in this situation?
Right.
Because it's weird. It's like it's not like I'm terrified while, like, I'm at the house, but I'm like, okay, forget her. But who does she know? What company is she keeping? Are they waiting on something? I don't want to risk the kid.
Yeah, of course.
I don't want, Suzanne's watering her garden, her back's to the parking lot. Like, it's just weird. It's like there's a security that's taken away when somebody acts fucking that out there.
Yeah.
And it's not like, I mean, even if she, like, let's say she stormed the house and I stab her and she goes down, it's like, it's not like, okay, well, she came in, so I stabbed her. Bye-bye. It's not over. It's like, it's just, then you're in court and you're the old lady stabber. And
so you going to get out?
I don't know. I mean, I think I'm going to go with this thing called drop cam at first.
Okay.
Put up a camera or two.
Sure. So you could capture on film when Suzanne's watering the garden and somebody drives by with a motorcycle.
Yeah, I'm like, look out! Oh, I should have sprung for sound.
You're that dispassionate about it.
Boink, bounces over your head. But I mean, what do you do? It's like, because you're just like, okay, is this person now just because the neighbor hadn't seen her over the weekend?
Right.
Doesn't mean she didn't come by.
No,
doesn't mean she didn't come by at 2 a.m. Doesn't mean that she's not going to come by in a week. It's like,
wow.
There's. Yeah, it's one of those things I'm just like, well, what do I do? Do I change my name, go on the run? How far do you push it?
Walt?
Yeah, what does Walt Flanagan do?
I mean, it looks, I would have to think that you could probably, I don't know how, did you sign a long lease?
I don't even have a lease. It's a month to month.
And then I don't even see what's the point of
you would get out.
I would just leave.
Yeah.
I don't think, I would think that it sounds as if your neighbors are not the best neighbors to begin with. We not even taking this situation. Let's remove this one. I've heard you say some bad things about the neighbors before, though.
Yeah, the ducks, the anti-duck.
Well, I'm not
movement.
even. I'm talking about more illegalities.
They got taken out. There were some people cooking small amounts of meth.
Oh my god!
But it's like, you would look at it though, right? Walt, you would look at it and not think it was that kind of place. Or would you?
Yeah. No.
La-di-da, Mr. I don't live in Highlands anymore. Sold out.
Looks a little shady down there.
It looks a little shady.
I agree. I think
Why do you think it? What is it?
Shady.
Really?
Yeah.
I just think that it's because
it looks old.
A month to month. It's kind of like everyone's when everyone's living month to month there.
They're not week to week.
Week to week, day to day.
No, a lot of people own those places.
Yeah.
I think. Okay, now I'm defending it.
I don't think it's that. I think it behooves you and your loved ones to probably look for a better place.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my opinion.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. It's not like. I mean, it's the location is nice in terms of like being right next to the beach.
Right.
I do like that. But I think it took a hit, and it looked like part of the problem is half of it's vacated because of the storm,
Right.
Like people either were like, screw it, I'm not coming back. And it's not like doors are blown open. I mean, it's not that. I'll take a picture. I'll put it on Twitter. Now I feel like people think I live in a fucking slum.
No, I'm not saying that either. But I'm just saying. I mean, I've heard you complain about your neighbors and not this one.
Right.
So my feeling is, if you don't have a tie to it, there's no contract you're breaking. Why
Right.
are you staying?
Yeah. Yeah, there's really no reason.
Shit.
There's no reason. So I guess I'll do that then.
All right.
I guess I'll move.
Here you go. Here you go. Well, congratulations on helping those kids. That's
Yeah,
pretty
it was
good.
mostly Suzanne, I gotta admit. It really didn't have much to do with me.
Yeah. Well, you're dealing with the
Well, it does now.
consequences.
I mean, it does, yeah. I mean, I end up paying, but it's like, why the brick in my direction? What did I ever do? But again, it's like, I mean, it's also like Davis had been involved with his family before because of the same exact thing. So, but with a different person. Now, I don't know. Again, I don't know if that's why these kids were removed this second time. And I'm only going on hearsay. This person also said they're like, I have a case open or something to do with the FBI bullshit. So, yeah, I mean, who knows? Who knows what's true?
Right.
But
That's not something you brag about, though.
no,
That's
not
not something you're like, oh, I know I'll impress my neighbor.
Well, that's the thing.
Guess
It's like,
what? Did you know I have a case open on me by the FBI?
Right.
When that's not what I tell my neighbor.
I don't either, and because it's like, okay, so are you a rat? Are you working for the FBI? Highly unlikely. Like, in what capacity?
Yeah.
I don't know. But it could happen anywhere, man. Yeah, I mean, you could have nutty fucking neighbors anywhere. And I hadn't seen her. This lady, I mean, she told Suzanne she lived there for 3 years. I'd never seen her once.
Well, you can't believe anything she says.
Not once, or the kids, or any of them. Like, and I've lived there for over a year now, and I'd never seen them once.
Shit.
Now I see her around every corner.
Like,
Please, spare me.
we're doing a reality show.
Yeah,
Like, this is the stuff that's just like, this would be riveting.
yeah, they should come on down.
These are the kind of, like, the real day-to-day things that happen to us. Well, not to me.
So not like the sandwich competition.
Yeah. Those are the things that are just out and out, just like, those would be riveting, but...
This week, Brian Heroin Girl.
I just don't see... I guess that's not the kind of show that they...
I think people would be floored if, like, all of a sudden one episode was this week, Brian deals with child services with some nut who thinks she's in the FBI.
I mean, you probably beat Walking Dead in ratings that week.
It'd be interesting.
Wow.
But yeah, so that was my week.
Let's go, superstar. Warden Flanagan wants to see you. Now! Don't make me come in that cell.
Only 2 people ever come in Dollar Shave cell. Me and your mama.
The original OG Mother Flutterer is back, baby.
Mr. Shave, please sit down.
Thanks, but I'll stand.
That tough reputation I've heard around the prison yard doesn't go unearned, I see. I have a business proposition for you.
Why the hell would I help you with anything?
Mr. Shave, let me tell you about a young man who is still just a boy in many ways. He walked into this very prison 20 years ago seeking a job. The first thing that boy saw after passing through these doors, 2 men in the act of oral copulation.
Gross.
Yes, yeah, well, maybe you're right.
No, I'm definitely right. Gross.
It doesn't matter, Mr. Shave. I was that wide-eyed boy, and now I'm the warden of that very same prison.
And you're reminiscing about blowjobs you neither gave nor received? Why? What's any of this shit got to do with me anyway?
Nothing really. It's more of an icebreaker.
Warden, what kind of weirdos you hanging out with that they're less icy after hearing a story about guys blowing each other?
There's a poison out there, Mr. Shave. A poison more destructive and insidious than every drug ever invented or combined. Someone out there is supplying this garbage to an unsuspecting and undeserving public. I've been seeing more and more of this.
It's a shirt?
A counterfeit. Yo-ho shirt to be precise, Mr. Shave. Someone is behind the manufacture of this subpar excrement. I want you to find out who this trash man is and take him out permanently.
Some mother flutter is running an indoor league on my streets? Someone's season is about to get canceled, Warden.
That's right. Dollar Shave is back, and this time he's working for the man. Can you dig it?
Come on now, Dollar Shave. You got to believe me, baby. I ain't no shit about no fake yo-ho shirts.
No? Maybe this will jog your memory. A name, mother flutter! Give me a name now!
Okay. His real name Cliff, but he go by Ming. Ming? Ain't that just about the silliest name ever?
You just put the word out on the streets. If I catch you or anyone else getting there, tell them Steve Dave merchandise from anywhere but www.tellhemstevedave.merchtable.com. They'll wish listening to one of his well-recorded yet boring-ass podcasts was the worst thing that ever happened to them. I'm coming for you, Ming. Your days of plundering the intellectual property of your comedic betters are over. Hope the ride was worth it. You're walking, talking hoax of a man.
Listeners, want to do the righteous thing like Dollar Shave? Just go to www.tellhemstevedave.merchtable.com to order your official Tell 'em Steve Dave merchandise. And watch for $1 for an original idea. Coming this fall to a theater near you. Hell, as long as you're online, why not head over to Twitter and drop a thou shalt not steal on at Ming Chen 37. Tell the little douche at Tell 'em Steve Dave sent you. www.tellhemstevedave.merchtable.com.
Q, you want to hear real quick? I know you got to go.
No, I got 10 minutes.
Do you want to hear somebody sent an analysis? Your dream last week.
Really?
Your dream of the perfect dream girl.
Jennifer
touched more responses than any of our dreams combined.
Oh, wow.
Well, you also said something that I hadn't thought about until you mentioned it. And, like, once you said it, it was one of those moments I, felt dumb.
I have that effect on a lot of people.
I know, me all day long. That's why. You said something about Q. You're like, he doesn't remember most of his dreams, and one of the few he remembers is one with a Native American in it. And less than an hour later,
that's right,
a Native American dude showed up.
Yeah.
And talked to us, and we had a very meaningful exchange. It wasn't just
no, he was
hey, what's up? Let's take a picture. It was very, very meaningful.
Sure, the show helped him through a particularly hard time. I think his name was Eddie. But I if I'm wrong,
it wasn't that meaningful.
Not to Q anyway. But I think that
nice guy, great
guy,
and he gave us the pass to use Featherhead.
That's right. Right? Is that what you?
Which I thought was sweet.
No, I was getting at that. I thought that there's more to the dream world. Than I think than you're putting stock in.
Really? Because Eddie showed up.
Because Eddie showed up. You're you had a dream and said that the only time you can anybody's ever heard you sleep talking
to an Indian,
and you said you were talking to an Indian,
right?
And you've never talked to an American Indian prior to that,
right?
And then less than a half hour later, you're having a meaningful, heartfelt conversation with an American Indian,
right?
I think there's something there, and
Navajo.
I think that there was some sort of serendipity going on there.
Well, what's the end result of it, though? Where does it get me?
I think it's trying to control. It's trying to analyze and try to maybe dream more, maybe. But anyway, going back to your...
It ends up with that dude being like, damn, he forgot my name.
But he did say, for the record, we could say Feather Indian.
Yes.
That they use it themselves.
But somebody sent in a pretty, I think, interesting analysis of you.
Okay.
And your dream, and maybe why you had that dream.
All right.
And maybe why you're not dreaming anymore.
All right.
I can't remember who sent it in. I wish he had sent an audio, but he didn't, so I'm going to have to read it. The dream about the perfect girl. Q had control over the construct that was the girl in his dream. You haven't found a woman good enough in real life to make you feel the way that this imaginary woman did. Without knowing more about your situation, I can only guess that your mother may have subconsciously instilled in you that you're very special, which is good. But also that no woman is good enough for Q, which is not so good.
Okay.
I think you said that you were the middle sibling. Is that true?
That's true.
By any chance, were or are you your mom's favorite?
Yeah, maybe. She never came out and said it, but I think she has affection for me.
This may not be the case, but sometimes if the father is not entirely present early on, or either physically or through a job, the mother might direct that. He's absent because of work, or physically or mentally, he's just not. He's not always around as much as mom wants.
Check.
The mother might direct attention to a child of the opposite gender. Then she could subconsciously want to keep that child for herself and not let him get away like the father did. As a result, if any of this is on track, no real woman can be good enough for you because of how your mind formed from a young age.
You're saying she dressed up cute like a little girl?
No. She was saying that like she was like she directed attention that she would be given to her husband.
That's kind of off the mark. That wasn't really the case. I could have used some attention like that, but nah.
All right, so let's say at the end of the day, think of your mind like clay. You can form it into any shape you want early on, but once you bake it in the oven and it hardens, it's almost impossible to change or reshape without breaking it. In any event, one possible solution could be to working on accepting people's flaws and shortcomings more, particularly women's.
Oh, wow.
If you let down your armor, they might be able to hurt you, but they can also help you more than you ever thought possible.
Wow, that is really well thought out, huh?
Yeah, I wish I had that guy's name, but again, I wish he had sent it in audio like I had requested, and he would have.
I wish you had done what you said you were going to do, which is say that Gidim wrote it.
Well, yeah, this is what I get from Gidim. I wanted him to read that to you, and I get 4 emails over the weekend. I can't do it. I'm busy. I work 13 hours a day on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I'm exhausted when I get home. This is what he wrote to me.
He can't
imagine if
read.
I asked any aunt to be partake in this? They would have done. I mean, we're talking about how long did it take me to read that?
Less than a minute.
Seconds?
Yeah, less than a minute.
I think with somebody. I mean, Gidim Steve Dave is so far removed from Tell Him Steve. I don't think we should involve him in anything anymore.
Really?
I'm really disappointed in him.
Well, so we got to rewrite the claymation movie.
Well, after that,
but then after we devote 90 minutes of him to our claymation movie, I'm done with him.
So a year from now,
it is irritating. It's like it's a free app. Read into your phone, and that's it.
That's it. That's all I wanted him to do.
I'm so tired after 13 hours. Get him here. Hey, jerk off.
Tell him to come back
Just
here.
walked in.
Dude,
I have 3 minutes, get him.
Get him.
You got 3 minutes of time.
How on earth can I send you a simple request to read a 30-second email and you turn it into something that is like where I'm asking you to read like Shawshank?
It's not that. Number one, I worked like 40 hours this weekend, so.
Well, you don't think we work and we can't read us an email just verbatim? Just read it back.
I work 5 a.m. to like 7 p.m.
And so you don't have 30 seconds to devote.
By the time I get home, no, I'm usually dead exhausted.
If you're full of shit.
I literally I'm not kidding around. Like I told you, from Wednesday morning when I got up to do the comedy thing because I wanted to watch over these guys. I was so nervous about this lady. From Wednesday, I think I got up around 8.
Right.
Until Friday, I didn't go to bed at midnight. I only slept 4 hours. And guess what I did?
But see,
a TV show. 2 days in a row.
Get him.
What?
Get him. Why?
That's disgraceful.
Why don't you like Tell Him Steve Dave no more?
What happened?
Who says I don't like to?
You don't listen to the episodes anymore.
I was listening to it today because I finally had a spot where I could listen to podcasts.
What happened to the other fucking 14 hours during the day? Like, what are you doing? Like,
I'm on patrol.
You don't listen to an iPod?
No, I can't. I can't have anything in my ear.
So why was this so difficult for you? Why was it so difficult to you to record yourself? Just read something that would have taken less than a minute to read.
If I had the time, I would have done it.
Dude,
if I had the time,
I don't think.
If I had the time and I was mentally prepared for it and up for it, I would have.
All I had to do is read something.
So why are you here now? Why are you here now?
Because I got off work finally. I have 2 days off, and I wanted to go grab some wings and a beer.
So why'd you come here? We don't serve beer here.
I know, wings. But I sent you an email earlier that I just got a response to. So
I gotta jump on this phone call. Take this, Mike.
Okay.
You guys grill him. Hopefully, I'll be back.
There's nothing to grill. I'm just
not even his wings.
I'll see you guys next week. Thank you.
See you later, Q. I do I don't understand. Like there's if
he got too close.
Okay, I'll talk to you.
Get him got too close. See you later, Q. He got too close to the pod and the people on the pod, and now if that other pod asked you to do a recording, I know you would have did it.
Which one?
I don't know, the other one that you tried to get on.
There's another pod. He's
I sell comics.
No. What, Citation Need It?
What's the other one you're on?
That girl down south?
Yeah.
Her. Does she still do that?
No,
there was another one where I actually went on their podcast and I did an interview.
Oh, Misinformation?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I talk to them occasionally.
They don't pod no more?
No, they pod. I think they just dropped a new one today, actually.
Oh, you think?
Because
you think they
I was buzzing through Twitter. And I saw something about an episode, so.
You know how many
It's the only reason I say I think.
Do you know how many people... I don't know. I just don't. I don't like. I just got the feeling though that
taking us for granted.
I feel like not for granted, but I just feel like you're just your heart's not in anymore, which is cool.
No, it's not that. Like I said, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays I work
cool.
like 13 to 14-hour days. And
if I worked 5 to 7, right? Walt called me. He goes, "Hey, on the way home, can you come over and help me move a couch?" I would do it. 30 seconds not leaving your house to read it to a fucking phone? Holy!
I don't even think that this thing can do voice recording.
You have an iPad though, or you have some sort of
you have a tablet. We saw it.
Yeah, it's an HP touchpad.
It doesn't have a recording device.
Not that it's an HP. It's the thing's too.
So that phone doesn't have a recording app.
Not that I know of. It's a Windows phone. It doesn't have anything really. It's 7.5 Windows phone.
You can't get apps on it?
I don't know, man.
I
Look
can
at
get some
phone.
apps.
That phone is
You can get some apps,
enough.
but you can't get a recorder?
He's got Twitter. He's buzzing through Twitter.
Yeah. Well, the Twitter app's out of date.
Hey, you could say. I would love for you. I would love for you just to be honest, though.
No.
You don't give.
No,
a fuck
I would say
anymore.
if I was not interested, I wouldn't have sent like the follow-up questions.
What
is
sort
that
of questions? Like it's just like you just make.
I was trying to figure out from what.
Yes or no.
You just sound like you're just blowing me off, and you just sound like you're annoyed on the email. Like so, I'm like, I don't need this shit. If you don't want to do it, just say you don't want to do it.
I'm sorry if I came off annoyed. I in no way meant that. But
it's cool. It's cool.
It's weird, like because behind the scenes, we're always we're thinking of we should involve him in this.
He
we
doesn't
should
want
involve
to
him
be
in that.
involved in it anymore.
Yeah.
He doesn't
if
care.
it was CN Julie, he'd be on top of it.
No, if you had sent this to me on a Monday, it would have gotten done.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that. You couldn't squeeze 35 seconds to read.
It's bizarre
to read just verbatim. I'm not asking you to add anything to it. Just to read it flat. Just read it flat.
Not come down here, read a part, anything. Literally 30 seconds.
But that's why I asked.
But now I know.
That's why I asked if I could come down because that way I knew it could get done.
You get no breaks at work?
What?
You don't get a break at work?
I get no on on Fridays to Sundays. I get no breaks. I work a straight shift, straight 13 to 14, 15-hour shift, depending on when racing ends.
And I don't mean to come off.
And I'm patrolling, so it's not like I'm sitting down in an office or anything. I'm on the ground walking around.
You walk 15 straight hours?
Pretty much, yeah.
Cool. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. It's not a big deal. I've turned it into more than it should be because it's really nothing.
I mean, if like I said, if I was trying to blow you off, I just would have ignored the email and said, "Oh, it got sent to my spam folder or something."
I mean, you said. I mean, it felt like that.
I was sending
by spam.
No, I was sending you follow-ups to try to give you the best that I could. I was trying to give you the best that I could. You remember?
Which was nothing.
Zero. It was nothing. I tried to give you the best I could, which was absolutely nothing.
You remember when I was here recording for the Christmas pod?
Yeah.
I was trying to get your input the whole time. And it came out good, didn't it?
And I thought we were kind to you after that.
Yes, you
right?
were. Yes, you were. Yes,
US, right?
Yes.
There's no good reason. You should just be like, you know what? Thinking back, there was no good reason why I couldn't have done it. Don't talk about apps, walking around 15 hours, and this other bullshit. Because if that girl asked you, hey, get him. I need you to read this.
No. Because we were supposed to start a podcast.
No, that girl that you're crush on all the time.
Yeah.
What?
The girl you're crushing on, the one that you wanted to bring to the Impractical. If she asked you to record a 15-second bite, you know you'd get it done.
Suddenly he wouldn't be so tired.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Come on. Come on.
I can't speak to that.
Right.
What an asswipe.
No, it's okay. Hey, man.
No, I feel bad.
You know what? I think I'm like. It's not like it would have been that great. It wouldn't have been even that funny. I mean, it was just more for my amusement because most people don't want when you come on there, there's a fraction that doesn't want to hear you, and there's that other side.
That's 99%.
People, yeah.
So, like, you know.
I just wanted to watch Q's face as he thought that, like, just see if he could process that Gidim had wrote this analysis. Yeah.
Right.
Would have been good.
Or maybe not.
Yeah, probably not. Too busy. We'll be taking applications for a new Gidim.
Yeah. Are you an eccentric podcast listener? Do you want to fill the role of
how many strange collections do you have?
Unreliable as fuck.
Yeah, well, I'm taking applications now at kmuse2@gmail for the new Gidim.
Yeah, be our new Gidim.
Tell him, Steve Dave.
This has been a production of Smodco Internet Radio. Sir, only at smodcast.com.
It's coming from you, Ming.
No, I'm coming for you, Ming.
Oh.
But I'm coming for you, Ming.
I'm coming for you, Ming. Your days of plundering the intellectual property of your comedic betters are over. Hope the ride was worth it. You're walking, talking hoax of a man.
Is that right?
You nailed it, man.